the first time millions of Zimbabweans voted peacefully in its first election since the end of Robert Mugabe's ruling, which spanned over nearly 4 decades. Local observer groups say there was a 75% turnout. Over 5.5 million people registered to vote in what has been termed a historic election.
Why this vote? This election is important to me. I'm doing it for my kids. Yes, I want my kids to have a good life because they are all educated. I need them to have jobs, good, stable jobs. That's why I had to vote today.
I'm so happy with these free elections. These are my people who have come together as one in Zimbabwe. There's no fight.
The candidates, Zimbabwe's President Emmerson Mnangagwa, a long-serving security chief who took power after Mugabe was ousted in a de facto coup in November.
You have the freedom to choose a path, to choose a party, to choose a leader, to choose a direction that gives you and guarantees you this freedom we are enjoying.
And his main opponent, Nelson Chamisa, who believes his opposition movement for democratic change has done exceedingly well.
You can see that I'm a civilian, so war, no, but in terms of maybe civil action by citizens, yes, because I'm a civilian, and let the people express themselves within the confines of peace. There's no force more powerful than the force of the people.
Both say they're confident of victory. Mugabe returned to the country to vote after re-emerging from months of silence to hint he will not be voting for Mnangagwa. After polls closed at 7 p.m., vote counting began, and President Mnangagwa appealed to citizens to be patient for the results, which is expected within 5 days. The Zimbabwe Electoral Commission said there was no foul play in the vote, although Western observers noted some coercion and intimidation of voters in rural areas by ZANU-PF, and said state media was biased towards the ruling party. However, ZANU-PF denies any misconduct.
In some cases it works very smoothly, but in others we see that it's totally disorganized and that people become angry, that people leave. And we have not found out whether that is coincidence of bad organization in individual places or it's a pattern in certain areas that we have to check when we compare notes with the other observers.
In ZESN's preliminary report, it said the vote was better organized than previous years. Chamisa is calling the election a choice between Zimbabwe's past and future. Regardless of the outcome, there is a possibility of unrest. If the MDC loses and contests the result, street protests could develop with the potential for violence. And if Mnangagwa loses, many Zimbabweans dread some in the ruling party may not accept the result, especially after the huge risk they took in removing Mugabe. Some of the military organizers of the coup are currently in government, including Vice President Constantino Chiwenga. Moving forward, the winner will be tasked with restoring the country from crisis back to its days of having a promising economy and erase Mugabe's 37 years of corruption, mismanagement, and diplomatic isolation. If no candidate wins more than half of the votes, a runoff will take place on the 8th of September. Folake Adesugba for Rise News.